45 का 45 आ रहे हैं। फोन ఇక్కడ నేను వాడతాలే కావాలంటే
Ramacandra Raghuvira मम बन्धो रामचन्द्रस्य
रामचन्द्र मम
बन्धो रामचन्द्र मम बन्धो
सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्री श्री राम नवमी महोत्सव की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय आपदामपहर्तारं धातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम राम रघुनंदन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीरामचंद्र शरणौ शिरसा नमामि। Hare Krishna once again. Hope we are having a very great time celebrating the auspicious appearance of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
How are you feeling? I still didn't see any response. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Yeah, now Ram heard. Hari Bol! Thank you very much for coming for this wonderful day with us. We are together praying, practicing Bhakti in the Bhakti Yoga Zentrum, Köln, Gauradesh. It is my great fortune to speak today and thank you all for going to bear me for next some time. Today is that wonderful day that it is said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Hari Bhakti Vilas that Vaishnavas should come together and celebrate the appearance and the Ekadasi, fasting, such kind of things through which one can get closer to the Lord. So I'm very happy I'm part of today's celebration and seek blessings of all so that I can speak something very, very important. How many of you have come for the first time here in the temple? So please feel home. You can come every time, anytime, every day. This is a place where we can get that what we are searching, happiness. You would have seen last 1 hour, 2 hours, even the crying is in happiness. Here we can even cry very happily. And especially today is even more special. If at all everyone is really, really looking for happiness, please raise your hand. Today is the appearance of that Lord who is the reservoir of happiness. So if we want to really be happy, be fully active so that you can really get happiness. Not for now, not for tomorrow, forever. It is said that one who is struggling in this world because of so many things, the best medicine is to just hear about the Lord. How did He appear and what did He do? And then life is successful. Isn't it so simple? Very simple, right? It's very simple. Janma karma chime divyam. The Lord is saying, just hear to my... If you get the understanding how I appeared and what I am doing, then life is successful. There is no cycle of rebirth. So this is very, very nice. I think not everyone likes to come back to this world where there is a lot of violence. It is something like searching for happiness or searching for water in desert, or thinking a rose plant without a thorn. We all want only the rose, but the thorns are more than the rose. So if you want such a rose plant where the thorns are not problem, we have to go to the Vaikuntha Loka, where everything is blissful. So next few minutes I'll be speaking mainly for my hearing so that I can benefit. In case anyone is inspired to share something, most welcome. And if you have any questions, maybe we can have a session for questions later. Saying so, I can begin. This was just starting. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 9th canto, 11th chapter, 23 verse, it is said, Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan Asrasmya Paro Rajan Karma Bandher Vimuchyate. This is saying that the best medicine for a disease called envy is to hear Ram Katha. If anyone is envious, I am envious of you. Now, if anyone in the world is envious, what does it mean to be envious? Cannot see others' greatness is envy. And now I lift my hand. The best medicine is to hear Lord Ram's life story. We all have great interest to hear so many things, sometimes about ourselves and sometimes about great heroes. Isn't it? We have fans, groups, everything for heroes. And there was one who wanted to know who is real hero. That was Valmiki. Valmiki Muni wanted to know who is the real hero who had all the 24 qualities in full. So usually sometimes we see these days movies where the heroes, sometimes I'm doubting that whether they are heroes or villains. Because it's very cool to have cigarette, it's very cool to drink alcohol. That's what these days heroes sometimes show. So Valmiki ji was not looking for such a hero, but real hero. Why? Why to look for a real hero is so that we can get inspired. When we get inspired, then we can start becoming like the hero. And that Katha Nayak for Valmiki Muni's question was Lord Ramacandra. So Narada Muni, the sage who travels very freely everywhere, was asked by Valmiki, so tell me who is the real hero? Then after very thoroughly checking, he said, there is only one. That great personality is Lord Ramacandra. And then Narada Muni gave all the qualities of a hero, yeah? And those qualities inspired Valmiki Muni a lot. And that's how Valmiki Muni later he became the author of the biography of Lord Ramacandra. Then he is being blessed by the Lord Brahma. He is blessed by the Lord himself. Lord Ram himself arranged such a way that Mother Sita was in Valmiki's ashram. Perfect setup, right? If I want to know about you, I just come to you and keep asking. So he had perfect setup available that Lord has arranged, specially chosen Valmiki Muni to prepare such a wonderful charitam that happened millions of years ago, and to date we are able to still relish the beauty of the Katha. So this envy, which can be very disturbing, because as long as we have envy, we have to come again and again and again to this world. Of course, not everyone likes, after staying for some time in this world, to go through this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, through the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. These are very powerful, which can shake anyone, however strong one is, however rich one is, but still it's not, he cannot avoid them. Even if he doesn't like it, he gets it. But the only way out, there is one way out, and today is that day that Lord has appeared, and if we know his pastimes, then we can get rid of this cycle of birth and death. Why? Because this is the medicine for the happiness that we are looking. It is something like, my eyes are bound, and in front of that is the one that I am really looking for. That it's not possible. So we are here, our thoughts are here, our contacts are here, connections are here. We are so much connected to this world that we don't want to really go out. Only when we feel pain, then we want to go out. So this katha is so important. Yeah. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tasmat ekena manasa bhagavati. So when one is one pointedly focusing and bhagavati, and then comes the word saspatam pati. If we want to know who is the real master, what should we do? He said in Bhagavatam that one is tasmad ekena manasa. When one pointed attention, with one pointed attention, is taking shelter of the Lord, who is the protector of all the devotees, who is the protector of everyone. How? Shrotavya. Yeah. Shrotavya, kirtitavya, dhyayata, sa pujata. So when one is engaging in hearing, chanting and remembering the glories of the Lord, then this problem of envy will be gone automatically. We don't have to do anything, but it's very simple process of hearing, Shrotavya. And from the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, chapter 5 verse 23-24, we all know that Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Yeah, this is again very much emphasized the importance of this. That if one want to be devotee and if you want to be successful, then take shelter of this process of devotional service. Shravanam, Shrotavyam, Kirtitavya, Dhyeya, and then Pujya. This is a way how one shapes his life so that he can, and an important word, Nityada. Not just once, not just twice, but always. When one is immersed once, always in these 3 processes or 4 processes, then one can be successful. What is so special about this? What is so special about the Ram Katha that it can clear this kalmasham, this envy? Maybe someone can say the words. What is the benefit? Yeah, you are also the speakers here.
Will purify our heart.
Will purify our heart.
And inspire us.
And inspires us. Very nice. Thank you.
We are
Anyone?
more engaged in devotion.
More engaged in devotion.
After listening from great devotees like you, the Ram Katha helps us to adopt the teachings of how Ram lived his life in our life.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes,
We can understand then Bhagavad Gita.
thank you. We can understand Bhagavad Gita. Anyone else? Yes.
We get the strength to perform devotional service.
We get strength to perform devotional service. Thank you.
I read that they became rich.
Perfect. One becomes very rich. Thank you. Yes?
Because Krishna said, Arjuna, I tell you Bhagavad Gita because you are not envious. That's what.
Perfect. Yeah. Nice.
It tells us no matter how great, how rich, or how big we are, but we always have to stay down to earth.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, of course, Ramayana is very big. I am expecting more answers. Yes, Prabhu.
How to go through the struggles, how the Rama went through
Okay.
in life. We also need his good as well as bad.
Yeah.
By glorifying the holy names, it is like watering the seed of devotion also.
By glorifying the Lord, it's like watering the seed of bhakti, creeper in our heart. Yeah, thank you.
With the strength of
holy names of Lord Ram, we can cross over any obstacles in this material world.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
We learn how Hanuman served Rama, then we can also serve Rama.
Okay. We will know how Hanuman served Ram and we can serve like that. Yes.
So then we can come to the light.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You are thinking about happiness, two kinds of happiness. There's some happiness you have for a very short time, but it flows away. And there's a happiness, it's light about the truth, and to be honest together, and light about the truth, and it's more fulfilling happiness.
Yeah, thank you. So for happiness. So it's so nice that everyone already are very familiar with Ram Katha, the glories of Lord Ramacandra, and how it will really help us. So we can go a step deeper, where we can really relish some more values from Ramayana, because it's like when we go to a market, and market, just wherever we see, we are only seeing all jewels, gems. There is no limit of taking any amount of jewels, because there is still a lot to take. And let's try to take few gems home today. Ready? The first thing is, taking reference from, irrespective of how we are, but still we will have struggles. That's what you said, no? What is your good name? Divyanshu. Yeah. If you see the central theme of Ramayana, Acharyas say it is Anushthan Pradhan. Ram Leela is an Anushthan Pradhan and Krishna Leela is Anubhava Pradhan, which means if you want to really relax and just get carried away in this wonderful mellows of the wonderful pastimes of Krishna Leela is so nice. But if we have not yet reached to that level of sitting and relaxing, then we need to take shelter of Ramayana. Now it's our choice. So the beauty of Ramayana is the Lord Himself appears, He just acts like us so that He teaches us how we should act properly. We see that from the beginning of Ramayana there is all difficulties. I remember some who said, you remember Toti Gopinath Prabhu said, it's too much. Ramayana is too much. When he was a child, he was hearing from his mother about Ram Katha. He was saying, it's too much, I can't hear. How come that? It can be so traumatic. Of course, he had a great heart, so he could feel the heaviness of it. But if you see there is nothing, a storyline that is going very smoothly. Every moment there is a turn. Every moment. Yeah, we can even see right from Dasharath, who has everything. He had great ministers who can do everything for him. He is so special. He is called Dasharath, that he has the power that he can rule, and he was also helping the Devatas in heavenly planets. So he had everything. He had also wonderful queens, but no children. There it already starts that the reality of life is we cannot have everything. At the same time, there is also a message that for every problem there is a solution. There is always a problem, but for every problem there is a solution. And how to get the solution? It is earned by respect. It's not just by trial and error, like the scientists today, they do. They take a sample, they repeat 1,000 times, 10,000 times, and finally it works. Whatever our name, we put the name there. No. Ramayana is teaching there itself that if one has a good guru, then the guru can always help. So Dashrath, who had great qualities, he also was blessed. He had a teacher. And teacher who is well versed with everything, he. Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Shri Shri Vijay Gaurang Dayanitay Bhagavan ki. So, there is a problem and there is a solution. And what is it? There is also a cost. There is also a cost for everything. It's not free. See, just in one page of Ramayana, so many lessons. We have not even started Ram Katha today. I don't know by what time we will stop. But I know you can't bear very long, so I will also keep it short. So Ram, even before Ram enters, there is not one problem, there are many problems. There is problem of Ravana, the interplanetary terrorist. No, this is what in Ramayana Valmiki ji is saying. Because he is very easily able to go to any planet. Yeah, I think the scientists should learn from Ravana a lot, how to travel to different planets. So he was just going. Traveling work, huh? Only traveling. So he was a big disturbance. And what is a disturbance? We don't have to know more. Yeah? When something is properly going and someone comes and he says it's mine, it's my property, it's mine, then yeah, there is already a problem. And devotees are very merciful. They say, okay, take it. We don't want violence, peace. So we don't. But then Ravan was not satisfied with taking things. But he wanted to make sure that you are really crying. Even if you are devotee, you have to cry. Only if you cry, then he is happy. The literal meaning of Ravana means one who makes others cry. He used to have great ecstasy if others cry. Just by hearing, by seeing them crying, he is very happy. So, such a person is creating a lot of problem. No one had a place to live properly. No one had a proper time to sleep properly. And Ravan, who is so powerful, he went to the heavenly planets. He packed all the devatas, of course his son, even he didn't have to go. Indrajit went, he made arrangements that everyone are packed in one, and then he brought it to Lanka. And then what the devatas, the gods were doing? One is cutting vegetables, one is sweeping, and when Ravan wanted wind, he used to say, Vayu, now blow proper wind. He had complete command on the devatas. And about these planets, where we think we are so much affected, all those planets are laying on the steps, 18 steps before Ravan can sit on his throne. All are laying flat and Ravan is stepping on them and sitting. Otherwise there is no life. No one wants to risk life. Usually we say that Amara Loka means people can live forever. If people can live forever, why are they scared? They are scared of their life. They can live longer, but not forever. So then all the devatas, then Brahma came. Oh Ravana, you are so great. You are that, you are this. when people praise, then they are ready to accept what someone is asking. He said, you are Amarendra. Yeah, so you are the... No, it's not Indra. I am saying that you are the king. But now better leave them. Let them go to their home. Their wives are waiting. And then Ravan let them go. But the Devatas were still scared. Ravan can change his mind anytime. And I don't know, no guarantee with Brahma, will he want come again? So all the Devatas, they went to Lord Vishnu. They went to Lord Vishnu and prayed, Lord, you are so merciful. Especially you are so merciful for the cows, Brahmanas, for the devotees. The atrocities of this Ravan is too much. The power that he has, we are not able to do anything. Literally, he got all the boons and he is so powerful. Lord, only you can save us. And that is the reality. The reality is, the solution for today's problem is not within our capacities to solve. We should call very earnestly to the Lord for His blessings, so that when He comes, then everything is set properly. It doesn't matter how Ravan has protected himself. He had a perfect vaccination against every kind of death. All shots all over the body. And he is immune for any kind of... Except he thought, this virus will not affect me. So he was thinking, he didn't even think about humans and monkeys to include in that vaccination. Because he thought, my body is strong enough to handle this. And Lord can appear in any form. And Lord, who is Purna Purushottam, who is the supreme proprietor and master, who is the supreme enjoyer, He doesn't have to do anything. But because His devotees have pleaded, Lord said, yes. But you also have to do something. I can anyway do everything, but please you also do something. You also earn your credits. So he said, I will come and appear as Lord Ram, but by then you already go and settle as monkeys, Vanaras. And be ready when the time comes, we can attack. It's a time for you to revenge. No? Ravan has tortured you so much. Don't you also want to have your time to pay back? So Lord Ram arranged. Again, I'm going very, very quickly, but every page if we go, then we can spend 4 years of time just to go through Ramayana, Ram Katha. And if someone is interested, most welcome. Please, I can definitely engage. So when Lord Ram took this form on this special exact day, on the Punarvasu Nakshatra on Chaitra Mas, which is today, there was only happiness also in material world. In material world we say it's a Dukhalayam, but it became Sukhalayam, the place where there was happiness. But Ashashvatam was there. Ashashvatam means that happiness was temporary. Dukhalayam Ashashvatam became Sukhalayam Ashashvatam. Why? When the Lord appeared, King Dashrath was so happy that he said, let me release the prisoners today. So even prisoners were happy. Just when we are very happy and when we are mad, we don't know what we do. Dashrath's situation was, he was so mad in happiness, he did everything. And he gave so many gold coins, he made his whole treasure empty. And there was only music there is only celebrations, that is came to end. Yeah. It is said, even Valmiki ji says, or in Valmiki Ramayana, there are only 10 or 22 verses that are telling about Lord's childhood pastimes. Yeah? So there is not a detailed description like we see for in Krishna, where at least 18 chapters, not even 18, there is a lot. Even Brahma Vimochan Lila is also when Krishna is child. So a lot, like 40 chapters of are already in the child and youth of Krishna. But as we want to have this Anushthan Pradhan, that everyone, of course, if we tell to a child sit properly, he will just throw flowers. There is no use, he doesn't want to get teachings. Of course, we also are sometimes kids, we don't want teachings. But Valmiki Ramayana is more centered about how to lead a life. If children, they don't, that's okay. But they need to catch up. When the time comes, they need to already be ready. That is what Anushthan Pradhan is giving from Ramayana. Where childhood, if Valmiki ji also would have spent time, the beauty of Lord is so nice, even in childhood, there would be again so many kants, Balakanda 1, Balakanda 2, 3, 4, and then starts the real story. But I think the Devatas are very eager. They wanted a relief. So Vishwamitra Muni came and he said, we have a big problem because of Ravana's power, and Marich and Subahu are becoming a big disturbance because we are doing yajnas, all these sacrifices for the welfare of everyone, but they come and throw all the blood and bone into this whole sacrifice, making everything useless. And I am capable of handling it, but I have taken a vow that I will stay calm and peace. So I cannot do this. So then Dasharath said, yes, I am at your service. Tell me what I can do. Because Dasharath was in great happiness, right? In that happiness, he was very much generous to offer anything. But Vishwamitra Muni said, be ready. If you give promise, you have to pay for it. I think this is something like in our temple. If someone is saying, Prabhuji, is there some service for me? So much willing to do service. And when service is given, says, okay, I don't know this. Maybe I'll do next time. Or sometimes, but Dasharath, he didn't know what is going to happen. And then he said, yes, this is your kingdom, I am yours, tell me whatever you want, you will get it. And then what happened? Vishwamitra Muni just pulled his life. How? He said, you don't have to come, you can just enjoy here, you send your sons with me. With great difficulty, I managed to get sons. With great difficulty, I am happy. And now you want to take it away from me? They are very small kids. They don't even know how to be in tough times when there is no food, how to be and etc. Vishwamitra Muni said, don't worry, I take care. And Dasharath still said, no. The people whom you are telling is Subahu, Marich. They are very, very strong. My kid's so tender. Like that. What can he do? And then can't do anything. If he gets pizza, he can eat. Why not? But not in the war. He said, I am ready to go. Let my kids stay at home. But Vishwamitra Muni had a different plan. He wanted to give glories to the Lord. How long do you want to keep your son hidden? Only Ayodhya knows who is Ram? No, everyone should know him. When Vishwamitra Muni was very angry, he said, you are not able to keep up your promise and I am leaving now. Then Vasishtha Muni said, you know who is Vishwamitra Muni? He is such a great sage. You know him? He has so many powers. He is so powerful that he can create more powers. Not only he has powers, he can on fly create more powers. And then if you send your kids with him, it is all good for you because your kids can learn. And when he is such a great person, he can take care of your kids. You don't have to worry. And it's a very nice because Vasishtha Muni and Vishwamitra Muni, they had a very good interaction. Yeah? They know each other very well. So after Vasishtha Muni said, fine, with great heart, Dasharath sent his sons. And we know that great moment when Tataka was killed, the demoness. It's not so easy, right? It's not so easy to kill. But Ram has killed first a lady. It's not that he doesn't like ladies. There is no, what is it called? Anti-womanism, nothing like that. The Lord really likes, respects ladies, women. And he was saying, when Vishwamitra Muni said, come on, there is this big, gigantic demoness in front of you, shoot an arrow. Ram was thinking for a while, how can I kill a lady? How can I kill a woman? It is said that one should offer all respect to Matajis. And how can I violate that? Vishwamitra Muni said, first of all, she is not a lady. Why? Because she is very cruel and women cannot be cruel. Oh my God. Vishwamitra Muni is saying, not me. So that's what, even in Bhagavatam it is said, women are very simple and soft-hearted. And Vishwamitra Muni said the same thing. Don't see her as a woman because she is so cruel. She cannot be a woman because she left all those qualities and she has become a Rakshasa. So this also means that when women become cruel, we should not hurt. This is what the message is. Only under, what is it? There are some advertisements, right? We see that some guy is having a bike ride where he's doing all stunts, and down there is a disclaimer, don't try. It is only done in a monitored setup. So don't try this, it's dangerous. Coming back, so Ram and Lakshman have arranged a mesh of arrows so that Marich and Subahu cannot disturb the yajna that Vishwamitra Muni was doing. And when Ram shoot an arrow at Marich, Subahu anyway he was spot dead, but Marich flew from North India to South India. Only who have an experience in India, they know how it's painful to travel from North India to South India. It takes just 48 hours to go from one end to the other end. But Marich was blessed. It was instant. He could land straight in the South India. That shows who is Ram. And after the wonderful marriage of Ram and Sita, when they came back, Dasharath was again happy. There is a target, I think, on Dasharath. Whenever he is happy, there is a problem. So we should learn a lot from Dasharath. Maybe we should take interview of Dasharath to understand how is it to be like that. But our own life says the same. Every day is different. There is no moment that we can say today is very, very happy, tomorrow is also very happy, and this will be there forever and ever and ever. Just like in a fairy tale, there is this last saying that says, and then they started living happily forever and ever and ever. That ever will never come. Because Ramayana is the Praman. Whatever one can imagine, everything has happened in Ramayana. Dasharath was very happy. When he was so happy, then he had some signals that something bad is going to happen. So he thought, okay, let me avoid it. This is also what we do, right? As soon as when we start seeing something bad is happening, we want to do something, and we always want to be happy. Because we don't want to enjoy sadness. So we always want to be happy. Dasharath thought, let me be happy, come on, this is my last part of the life. I don't want to do anything, I want to retire. What is it here called? Renter. Renton or renter. So nice. Renton is einfach. Once it's only we can lay on the wonderful beaches, no work to do, no one to talk, just see the sky up. That's it. So Dasharath wanted to have that retirement life. So he said, okay, let me quickly arrange Ram to become the king. Why? Because Dasharath likes Ram very much. He is very dear to him. And not only to him, to all the citizens of Ayodhya. Everyone. But again to this everyone, because it is in the material world, there is one person who didn't like Ram to become the king. That's reality, right? We cannot have everything only blissful. Just imagine a sweet. So sweet it is. It can lead to diabetes. So, we cannot have unlimited enjoyment in this world. So in that way, what happened was, then Manthara, she had a very nice plan. She immediately went to Kaikeyi, the queen. Bharat is his son. So she said to Kaikeyi that, do something now. If you don't do now, you can't do anything later. It will be out of your hands. If you want to be happy forever, do now something. So Manthara said, do one thing, that if you ask those wonderful boons you have, your king, you can make everything in your favor. You just have to do that. But before that, you have to break the heart of your husband. My God. See, of course, we see also this in newspapers. Have anyone heard this word called black widows? These black widows, what they do is they exclusively plan so that they can kill their husband and make more money and then can enjoy. Kali Yuga, right? So Manthara said, don't ask immediately, because there is no effect. Bring Dasharath to that moment that he feels so much painful to see your condition, and in that weakness of moment, then whatever you ask, it will work. And what you have to ask, very simple. You say that, make my son Bharat the king and send Ram to the forest. Good plan. Dashrath, who was very, very happy that tomorrow is my son Ram's coronation, becoming the prince and king and all, he was very happy. He came to Kaikeyi and he saw, a special way of welcoming. And then finally, Kaikeyi did ask this, and this time there is no scope of recovering. Maybe Vishwamitra Muni took for some time, he brought again, but this time this was too much. Why? It's not just for a few months. The tour of Ram is for 14 years. 14 years. I don't know, one may even forget in 14 years. Dashrath tried everything to convince his dear wife, no. I can make Bharat as the king, but don't send Ram to the forest. But Kaikeyi just stood very strong on her plan. He was worried, what will Ram think about me? Dashrath was thinking, a father is telling, I am giving you the, will. All my property is yours. And tomorrow when the son is coming, I simply tear the paper. Is it not so shameful? So this is what he was thinking. Forget about shame, I can't even live without Ram. It was already very difficult when he was in Siddhashram. He was not able to tell, but Kaikeyi was already decided. If I need to do something, I have to do now. If I do something now, then only tomorrow I can enjoy. Why? Manthara said there are 4 reasons or 3 reasons why you have to act now. One reason you have to act now for your son. Do you want that your son doesn't become the king? Then who will give you value in Ayodhya? Who will give value to your son if he is not becoming the king? So for the welfare of your son, you have to do something. Yeah, this is very nice, strong point, right? Every mother wants their son to be very happy. So Manthara has pressed the right nerve, and she said, "It's not." And then she started telling. She even said that if you do not make Bharat the king, then decide that you will become dasi, you will become slave. Why? Because Kausalya will become the queen, and everyone is bringing all the presents and all the charities will be going through her. She will become very famous, and you will be just becoming a servant. Do you want to become servant? Of course, devotees very nicely say, yes, I want to become servant. Yeah, do you want to become servant?
I want to.
Yes. So you are devotee. But that was not the case with Kaikeyi. She was saying, how can I see myself to become a servant? I am not born to become a servant. I am born to become a queen. Even my father made a deal with Dashrath. Even he made a deal. Ashwapati, my father made a deal with Dashrath that the son of my daughter will become the king. Who is the son? Bharat. So she even had strong hold on what she wants. She could have even asked that. But the good thing is she doesn't know that. It is only Ashwapati, Dasharath and Sumantra. Only they knew this secret. And that was the reason why Dasharath was thinking, let me plan the coronation of Ram when Bharat is not there. He can say, hey, Bharat was not there. That's why I did it. Smart. Anyway, I don't know where I have to stop. There is someone to show. I can go on. I hope you also don't mind. But But anyway, coming back to the main theme, actually I didn't start the class. So it is about the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Yeah, so these are so powerful. But if we see Ramayana, every devotee was not just doing this much. He was doing more. It is not that we are just coming and sitting in the Kirtan. It is not just we are singing. Yeah, it's not Shravanam and Kirtanam. Of course, these are so powerful to clean our heart. But after this process is going on, what is important is actively serving the Lord. So we see in the case of Lakshman, we all know that Lakshman went along with Lord Ram into the forest. He was there for 14 years. There is no Saturday, Sunday scheme. There is no vacation. What is it? Osterferien, or there is no Sommerferien. No Ferien for 14 years. And not even 8 hours job, it was 24/7 job. Which means when Lord Ram and Sita were taking rest, still Lakshman was serving. He was watchman. Watchman service, we think it's not so great. But Lakshman took pride. That's why he is called Lakshmano, Lakshmi Sampanno. Why? Because he, in those 14 years, he was gathering all the wealth by serving the Lord. So, we can see a very active. It is not that now Ram is going to forest, I have a break. Before Ram asked him, or even after Ram stopped him, still Lakshman was ready to go with him. That is service. That is what is called Dasyam. Then we see Bharat. When Bharat came back, he saw everything was upside down. Is this Ayodhya? The Ayodhya, the place where everything was happy, all the people are happy? No. People were lifeless. They were not even moving. All the tears that they can cry were already over. There is no more tears to come when Bharat came. And then such situation Bharat saw when he understood the problem is himself. Yeah? It was because Kaikeyi asked that Bharat should become the king. He said, what kind of a person are you? Everyone wants Ram to become the king, and even I want that Ram becomes the king. And then he wanted to correct everything. He went and asked Ram, please come back, please come back. This is your kingdom, this is your position, I am your servant. You don't have to go to the forest. If you have to go to the forest, let's swap. I will stay 14 years. If the father has said that son should go 14 years to the forest, I will go, you stay in Ayodhya. There is a very nice debate goes on and on. Bharat wants Ram back to Ayodhya, and Ram is saying Dharma is superior. It is not about our family, it is not about our personal interest. Dharma takes the top position. So, what Dharma says, Dashrath has said, me to go to forest, and we cannot swap karmas. Yeah, it is not that I will give my bad karma to you, you give me your good karma. Nothing like that. There is no such negotiations possible. And finally, Bharat is convinced because there is no choice. That Bharat said, okay, if I am going, I will take your wooden sandals with me and I will install these sandals on the throne, and for the rest until you come, you will be the ruler and I am still serving you as a servant. Another example of Dasyam, service. Shri Paduka Sevanam, to serve the lotus feet of the Lord in the absence of the Lord is even more heavy, right? At least if there is a Lord, He will support, or He will say, do this, do that, don't do this. Here, Bharat is taking what? he is taking the responsibility of ruling the whole kingdom and not taking privilege. Usually kings and politicians, now what they do is they take all the privilege, let there be nice facilities, nice, there is someone who is fanning, there is someone who is giving wine, and there is someone who is giving women, and all these things are there, and king, if he likes, he will rule, otherwise that's a different story. But here Bharat was living a same lifestyle like Ram was leading, and that too in Nandigram, a place, he made a pit, and he said, when Ram is on the floor, on the ground, I want to be even lower than him. And he was living there, and what was his food? He was cooking barley in cow urine, and that was his food. Why? Because he is seeing for next 14 years, my brothers, they are eating only fruits and roots. How can I enjoy? So that is something, right? That is indeed something more. Yeah, and so it is not just Shravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam. It's, yeah, of course, if one is very serious in japa, it is also a very difficult thing to do. But Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam should lead to what? Pada Sevanam, like Bharat has done. And then Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. Dasyam we already covered, Lakshman. Shabari. Shabari, she didn't even know when Ram will come to the hermit. At least if I tell Rishabh Prabhu, I am coming to your home tomorrow, you will make everything inside the racks, make it ready. But Shabari had no clue when Ram will come. So all the 13 years she was cleaning the ashram every day. Every day. Today you will come, today you will come. Every day she was preparing everything, and she was going and getting every day fresh fruits, and she used to arrange flowers on the pathway where Ram comes every day, not 1 day, 2 days, 13 years. That is also very active service, right? Not Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Yeah. And then we see, I'll speed up, in next 10 minutes we'll finish. No guarantee. But we talk of so many, whole Ramayana is all about how one should understand the reality of life, that everywhere there is difficulty and it's not always a catwalk, everyone should really work out. But what? To really work to please the Lord. And the best example we see is Jatayu. Jatayu, this big vulture, the big bird, who was 60,000 years old. 60 years old, we don't know how we will be. Yeah? At least I don't guarantee doing such a great thing like Jatayu did. 60,000 years old vulture was fighting against the young and all-powerful Ravan at that time. Any chance of winning? No chance. Even Jatayu himself knows there is no chance to win. But Jatayu was not just doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Not just sitting, because now I am old. What can I do? I can only say Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. No. Jatayu saw the need that with whatever he can offer, he went and fought with Ravan. He did his best. He already know that there is no chance. Why? Why did he do? Because he doesn't want to reserve comfort for himself. Jatayu was not thinking, I am 60,000 years old. No one will tell, hey, why didn't you do that? Will someone go to an old man and say, hey, why you didn't or do all these things? No one will tell anything. No one will blame. No one, no. But why Jatayu did is that his own conscience was telling, with whatever you are, you can still do. With in Hindi it is said tan man dhan, yeah, which means tan means body, man means mind, tan man dhan, yeah, with wealth. Of course, in today's world we talk about real this money, but the wealth is what is devotion. When we are in service of the Lord, we are acquiring lot of wealth. So why do I need this? So that I can once again give it to the Lord in His service. So Jatayu with tan, with even Ravan was shooting arrows and the body was bleeding and it was almost giving up life. So still it offered a very tough competition or fight, so that he made sure that Ravan left the place only in Punarvasu Muhurta. Now, if someone is expert in astrology, they know that if something is lost in this Muhurta, then the owner is for sure he will get back what he lost. So, from Vinda Muhurta, Jatayu was fighting and fighting and fighting to make sure that Ravan is leaving the place only in this time. Because in Vinda Muhurta, if something is lost, he cannot get it back. So Jatayu was doing his best. Though Mother Sita was saying, don't come, you will be killed. What I ask you is just take this message and see when Ram comes, you give this message to him. But Jatayu did so much that he even lost his life. Atma Nivedanam, completely surrendering of one's mind, body, intelligence and everything. That is called Purna Sharanagati, complete surrender to the Lord. So this is what we see here, that Jatayu teaches us that we should not just think that I cannot do. But Jatayu is saying, even in spite of everything, we can do something. And with that spirit, what Jatayu got, he got the blessings of the Lord. Why? Jatayu was doing the Shravanam or the Kirtanam, he was saying Rama, 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 and until the Lord really appeared to the spot where he was completely with blood flowing all, no energy, anything, closed his eyes. When Ram really came, he blessed, because 60,000 years old means he is like a fatherly figure to Ram. So Jatayu blessed him. He told about this, that Sita was carried away by Ravan, and then, now that I have fulfilled my responsibility, my service, now please allow me to die. In that way, I'll stop here, but in that way we didn't even scratch the surface of Ramayana. We just spent nice evening knowing the glories of Lord Ram, and maybe mainly today his devotees, who played a very, very dedicated role in serving the Lord. And maybe we feel inspired from this, that of course this doesn't mean that we should stop chanting, we should only do services. As some of you already said, chanting purifies our heart, it will water the seed in our heart. So chanting should go on, because once the Srila Prabhupada, there was an interviewer, he said, I see all your disciples always keep chanting and chanting, what will they get? He said they'll get more chanting. So it is not that we are chanting to get something, but chanting itself is our service. So we cannot ignore that important service and do everything. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, everything is important, but we have to take the next gear of actually going into Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. That is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. And even Ramayana is a perfect means to understand this philosophical point through these wonderful examples and then be blessed. Thank you very much for your wonderful patience. Anyone want to share anything quickly? Yeah, maybe I took your time.
That was a very nice point. You get more chanting by chanting.
That's what Prabhupada said. Yes, Prabhu.
I'm very happy to know that some of our brothers and sisters from Ukraine are here now.
Very nice.
Very, because I know the movement in Ukraine before all this, and I know how strong they are, and they are here with us. I'm so glad, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, even I'm very happy to the devotees who managed to come over.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
I have one question regarding Sevanam. How Sevanam of Hanuman is different than Sevanam of Lakshmana? Is it same, or is it we cannot compare, or is it different?
It is not like we are saying who is up and who is down. Yeah, it is like it's not that Hanuman has not done Atma Nivedanam. Yeah, he also has used his intelligence. Manujabam Maruta Tulya Vegam, and it already says that the mind of Hanuman is so fast and intelligent. Manujabam Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhi Matam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanava Yuda Mukyam. What is that? Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. Yeah. So it says Hanuman, indeed. If you want to know Hanuman, if you want to know whole Ramayana, Sundarakand is enough. If this is what is a very common practice, and it is so common practice that in India very often we see this kind of like Bhagavad Saptas, they do only Sundarakanda, they don't even do whole Ramayana. Why? Because just by imbibing the greatness, goodness or qualities of Hanuman, one can already get activated too. And it is also practice that when Ram Katha is happening, a separate asan is arranged for, no one is sitting, because it is said that Hanuman will come and sit. So such a great devotee. And what was his interest? Because in Bhagavatam we see that Hanuman is saying, I know that, I think he says to Lord Shiva, he says, I know that Ram is Narayan and Sita is Lakshmi. I know that they are same, but I have interest in serving Ram and Sita. That is one devotee's affinity to serve the Lord. Yeah, and just like in Shravanam Kirtanam, where we say Shravanam is Parikshit Maharaj, Kirtanam is Sukadev Goswami. We say that also in Ramayana, Shravanam is Hanuman. That he didn't want any other thing, he personally asked Lord asked Sita that until there is Ram Katha going on in this world, I want to stay. Even when they were going back to the spiritual world, they said, Ram said, now we are going. You want to come? He said, no. As long as that is what he wanted. He was not satisfied to hear the glories of Ram Katha for so many yugas. So that is what is Hanuman. And Kirtanam, Valmiki ji has provided us such a wonderful katha. So he has, here what we are doing is we are glorifying a particular devotee of his service. But it's not a comparison that he is superior or he is not. Why? Because in Ramayana we see that even a squirrel has been part of serving the Lord in building the whole big bridge. And in that point, Ram says, yeah, because Hanuman is saying, come on, move aside. I am bringing a big boulder of rock and I am throwing it on the sea. And Ram said, it's not how big rock you throw and how strong you are. It is with what heart you are doing, how you are serving. So that matters. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I think let's get into the next program. Thank you very much. Sita, Ramacandra, Lakshmana, Hanuman ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Shri Sudama Prabhu ki jai.
Prabhupada ki
Jai. Sita Ram ki
jai.
Sudama Prabhu ki jai. Ja, thank you very much, dear Sudama Prabhu, für das super schöne Ramacandra. Für diejenigen, Kata bedeutet halt, bezieht sich auf das Hören über den höchsten Herrn. Kata. Wenn man über Kata